Hi, I'm Vooght, author of DMT, Deities, Myth and Tryptamines. Adam and Eve. In the beginning there was a word, and that word was God, or so they said. This, we are told, is the beginning of the creation story. A story with a rather more scientific point of origin should we care to consider the universally recognised theory of the Big Bang. And what does the word universe actually mean? The etymology is somewhat revealing, if not intriguing, uni meaning one or single, and verse being painstakingly obvious also, song or voice. They also said that God created man, Adam being the first. The Garden of Eden and the story of Genesis is one that most, if not all of us, are readily familiar with. Here God creates Adam from the dust of the world he created. Considering that the Bible was largely, if not entirely, compiled by Middle Eastern minds of men described better as Arabic or of North African descent, are we really to believe a creation story which decidedly discusses a naked English couple in the jungle with a talking snake? If they changed the original names of those supposedly involved, names like Matthew, David, Luke and John, to name but a few, what else did they change? And who are they, anyway? I'm almost certain that most, if not all, of these events never really took place anyhow. Indeed, the Bible dictates that God is light, and I'm not suggesting that the entire biblical outlook is a pointless exercise. On the contrary, but what if we've been blinded by the proverbial light and have actually missed the point entirely? Ancient Egyptian mythology, from which a great deal of Christian, Islamic and traditional Buddhist concepts also sprang forth, discusses the notion of gods and light in much the same vein. The sun god Atum created himself from a mound of dust, an absurdity in the extreme. However, scientifically speaking, or universally speaking if I may be so bold, we understand that the biological carbon-based matter from which we arose did indeed originate from the interiors of collapsed stars, who distributed the ingredients for life as we know it across the vastness of an unknowable cosmos. In short, we are made of stardust. Furthermore, Atum, much like today's favourite god or gods of choice, were sun gods, and we also know that suns are better described as stars also. Consider the carbon atom itself. Carbon is comprised of 6 protons, 6 neutrons, and 6 electrons. Remember our creation story? It sounds a lot more like atom and electron, a scientific point of view. The Bible dictates in Revelation 13, part 18, "Here lies wisdom. Let the person who has insight calculate the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man. That number is 666. The number or nature of the beast is almost certainly a carbon-based analogy. Life on Earth depends on such. Additionally, if the Earth is indeed the beast, we must also consider its orbital velocity on its path as it traverses the Sun, a mean 66,600 miles per hour. The angle of the Earth's axis as it traverses so, 23.4 degrees, the very same angle of a beating heart which resides in one's chest, thus rendering the remainder, 66.6 degrees, in the 90. As above, so below. Once again, I'm Vooght. You can follow this continued research via Facebook and Twitter, Instagram, at VootRN. Deities, Myth and Tryptamines is available via Amazon. Thank you for listening. That's the spirit.